So I'm an uncle. Also, is against. I assume Against the Storm is pretty good. I was gonna say is Against the Storm pretty good. The game, and yeah, of course that is. So those are the things I'll be talking about. I didn't really add much this time, but we are gonna play Aiko again because why not? Though we do have Yelgotag, all perks. Yelgotag, Fatalist, and then we switch the other two. That's how I'm remembering my settings. But yeah, aside from that, you know, I do a hunt or two every day, and then I have to be happy with that. So, yeah, so as we get into this run, again, I could do other games on top of World of Horror. I really should, for all things considered, as we get into Yelgotag, Fatalist, all perks, random item, Aiko, one more time, and then I'm going to add another mod pack. That's the other thing. So, became an uncle within the past, you know, week or two. Looking into Against the Storm, because I hear that's a pretty good game. Strength, Takshisan, Light, Charisma, Second Encounter, and maybe an knowledge check. And I forgot the third thing, or the first thing I was talking about, so... but yeah, so yeah, that's really the big thing. That's why the past 2 or 3 weeks have been kind of hectic, because, yeah, I'm an uncle now, so... as it relates to this channel, I want to do well here on this channel. Not saying I want to make money on this channel, but game dev is entirely on me. My success in making money and having to be a good uncle, partly on top of all the other things that I have real life obligations for, is based on me. So yeah, so when that happens, it happens. Again, this is not, I hope this is not a plea for support, but you know, also this is coma question mark? I forgot. And this is arms. We won't do custom mysteries because Fatalist kind of breaks that in a way, but whatever this is, whether it's Ward or Coma, it doesn't really matter. We're Aiko, kind of, but if it was Ward, it would be in a lot worse of a situation. Not as bad as being other characters, but it would be nice. So we're gonna do this, and hopefully nothing hurts us. Well, I mean, I could just take the Doom here. It's not so bad, because I would like to have 8 Dexterity by the end of this. I think we have a Dexterity check. Well, either way. We are in random item stats, so this army knife will have to do... But first we grab Yoichi, and double our funds. And then we hopefully get the army knife again. Okay, good. Oh, there's also Ryoko. I mean, Ryoko will be there still, so you know what we're going to do? We're going to also grab Ryoko on top of everything. Oh, that's right. I did the Yoichi thing, so I was like, why do I not have Yoichi? Because I just used him for his ability. Anywho. So we're going to monument twice. We have the funds, stamina, and reason for it. I don't know why I said in that order, but, you know, and I think we have arms as well, so we have one more downtown investigation for sure, but other than that, we'll see what happens. Ow, I just popped my ankle, the pressure points, and we'll move on. So yeah, just, obviously because I'm an uncle and not a father, I don't have to worry as much. If I were the father, then I would be doing mainly recording. You know, at that point, when I say that, that means I should still be streaming. But again, I want to focus on game dev, so streaming, essentially streaming uses up 4 hours of my time. That's not a cry for sympathy as well. That's just the truth of the matter. I spend an hour just getting ready for stream, just to make sure. Then I stream for however long, you know. In my case, it's recently been only an hour, but just in case, as now we sit here in Dullners, I hold 2 hours more, depending on the situation. Usually only 2 hours, though. And then for another hour, I go on cooldown so that I can, you know, get a drink, get food if I'm hungry, so on and so forth, take care of real-life obligations. We have dogs, so on and so forth. And then I get back to work, whether it's game dev, whether it's stuff for the channel, whether it's making art for thumbnails or stuff for the channel, so on and so forth. That's the general gist of things. But usually going back to game dev, again, working on a very small game, I've made a lot of swerves, so anything I said in the past, it probably... the only thing that's really stayed constant is, yes, I'm going to be using RPG assets, a lot of them, RPG Maker assets that are both paid for and or free, that is available for commercial use, and that's your sneak preview into what I'm doing. It's not going to be anything too fancy. I'm pretty sure I contrived the plot around my development cycle, pretty much. So what you're gonna get is you're gonna get. Now I'm not gonna make it exactly paid, but I guess I'm gonna decide that when I do a thing. I'm leaving it free, but allowing for donations. But we'll see. If you have any idea, or if you have any opinions on the matter, not ideas, because I'm the one supposed to be using the ideas. But if you have a good idea, I'll take it too, or at least think about it. But Yeah, I think I'll make a quote-unquote paid version. You'll get something for it, but really it's just a donation. The game itself will still be free, so shrug, and then we'll see what happens. If that's not cool, I'll, see what happens. And then obviously there's some people I want to just, basically give my games for free to, because, just want to get either a second opinion, support, so on and so forth, and we'll see what happens. I mean, as someone who's managed a YouTube channel for at least some time, not as long as veterans, but for some time, it's good to figure out how I may want to go forward with game development from now on, but we'll see. This is more than enough turns, just making sure I've absolutely filled up the thingamajiggy. Also should be throwing these, by the way. I completely forgot about that, because I was talking about game dev stuff. Which is related to being an uncle, because I want to help my family, basically. I'm leaving that in. And a dog barks in the background. So, yeah, again, this is what I'm talking about when I have to take care of dogs right after or before recording, depending. My body. Do I feel... You know what? For giggles, we'll do a 93%. If I miss here, so be it. I'm only losing one reason, but still. And then we'll move on. 30% Doom, probably 35 going into our the next mystery. And yeah, we'll see. We'll see what happens this run. Not that it's not exciting, but we're Aiko, so it takes a lot to get Aiko down. For those who are newer to this channel or World of War in general, Aiko as a whole, the plush toy, her passive, her perks, if you're on a character-specific run, are all contributing factors to making the game basically easier, not losing as much stamina, not losing as much reason, keeping your Doom moderately low aside from events, but her stats are also not bad. Yeah, Aiko has a lot going for her. We're going to take 2 mysteries because we want to make sure that we don't get Flood 4th or 5th or something like that. Flood, sometimes Ward, definitely Scissors and Akamanto, because Scissors if you get Timeline A and you're at the last mystery, aside from being Aiko, very, very bad things can happen. In my experience, my limited experience, because I don't often take Scissors 4th or 5th anymore. This is our second encounter, by the way, and I forgot to refill my ammunition. Ammunition in the way of throwing branches at broken bottles at an enemy in a video game, but, robots sometimes go weird. I don't know how often other people have done it, but it is funny to sometimes turn on auto subtitles on the platform I am uploading this video to, and you get some pretty interesting transcripts of what a content creator may or may not be trying to say. We're gonna store this, and this is gonna disappear into the aether. So keeping my storage was good, but it would have been great to have ammunition. But we didn't lose too much HP off of it, so yeah, we get a human skull off of that. We can throw that or sell that, but really it doesn't matter. What are we on? Oh, we're on Sailors. I was like, I hear a thing. Why does it seem like I'm in Household Hell? I don't know why, but anywho. That's success. We lose 1 reason for 5 experience. And I think I've said this before. I don't know if I said it for that event. But you've often lost worse as a result. Also, we're dying to reason here. So we're going to rest once. Would have taken the Restless bonus, or could have risked the Restless bonus. Let's see if I made a good decision. We also have Yogothag, by the way. But what we get for Doom is what we get. Not really much else I can do. So we get an all perk. Yeah, we'll take First Aid. That will probably be one of the best things I can get. Fast Learner and Ghost Connection are interesting. Fast Learner really want to get it during the first mystery if possible, which kind of makes no sense, but we're on Timeline A, and so we'll move on. Price Hike and something else, I think that's spells. I don't really care, because I only remember the icons that really hurt me. That's not a dig at the game's design, that's literally just, I can only remember so much, as my memory has shown. So yeah, we have Ramen, so we have like 4 downtown investigations, so that's... Police Patrol's downtown is pretty good. And then we lose Doom for watching a movie. But let's find out what else happens. Again, we're not doing any thingamajiggies. Well, you know what? Funny enough, I want a pack of cigarettes. Now, if they cost 6 funds, I'm gonna bring the human skull just to be safe. I think I can sell this. Random item stats, though? Never mind, it's illicit. So yeah. I forgot what I always forget because I don't use the human skull often. And have not looked into it often, but I always forget what the possible effects of the human skull is. That's something I should probably look into. Anywho, let's take the Doom decrease there. We do have First Aid, so that should work out for us, but if it doesn't, I'm going to be very sad. Didn't I fight something else? Oh yeah, the rider is... Miku is my second encounter, but she's called the rider. And then Yogatek is still haunting us left, right, and center, so... Really, all that happened is we lost 2 stamina, which isn't so bad, considering I fail a lot of my events. So, let's just keep moving on. Oh, orangey. But yeah, the only other thing I wanted to say is, you know, you've heard me talk about game dev stuff. What I wanted to say was that, yeah, so if you're listening to... Basically, if you're watching my World of Horror videos and listening by extension, you're getting a sneak preview into the games I'm developing. And where basically you're getting my development progress, which is not what you should always be promised in a World of Horror video, but at this point, I'm also saying this for people who may be veterans to this channel. Oh, veterans. Also Metamorphosis for the Mystery, but those who are accustomed to this channel. Because for those who are newer, I think my tips video for World of Horror and the in-battle tutorial are pretty much good enough if you want to just, you know, get some theoretical experience. And then you can watch probably just like 2 of my regular normal daily videos and be perfectly fine with... What's the word I'm looking for? What are the words I'm looking for? Something. Anywho. We could have sent Ryoko. That's not a good decision because you get a terrible weapon for a great ally. Did I say that phrase right? Anywho, concentrate on the music. Because we have more than enough reason to survive. And if we don't, nonetheless, it's the doom we're worried about. We could visit the monument again. Hopefully it asks for funds, but we can do that during ramen. So, we should still have enough to throw at the boss, so I'm going to throw these at this seal. And we should be perfectly fine. Out of curiosity, though, yeah, that's absolutely terrible. We can't even prep attack twice, but that's just what happens when you don't have a lot. I could gamble. We're only losing 2 stamina. I say only, but that's still a lot, but yeah. Yeah, and my luck's run out, so time to just prep strong. Again, not too bad, but would have been great to not have done that. Quick thinking would be nice, but all perk run. Yeah, why I really got fast learner twice out of all the perks? You have to realize that, right? There are at least, let's say, you know, 10 characters whose perks are thrown into all perks, so at least 36 perks. Out of 36 perks, we rolled fast learner in both level ups. That's what? I'll calculate that later. We'll just move on for now. We do need to grab these, by the way. I need ammunition here. That would be nice to not get slapped for more than 4 all, or 4 all or more. Oh, that's right, we have the plush toy, so we're actually taking a lot less damage. Thank goodness for Aiko. I think I can brace into a brace prep attack, I'm pretty sure, right? And while I'm doing that, I'll pull up a calculator so I can calculate the thingy-majiggy. So the screen is going to turn slow. That's not you, that's me. But let's move on. Now, can I do this? 70%. You know, we missed 170%. We have to hit this next one, right? Okay, good. Gambler's fallacy paid off. It's a fallacy for a reason, by the way. That doesn't mean you don't have higher odds in... Well, I mean, I guess it depends on who you ask, but mathematically, the outcome of one event is not going to affect the outcome of another separate event. Unless flipping a coin and calling it wrong causes you to have to flip 2 coins and call them both correct, or something weird like that. Anywho, so let's just say 1 out of 36. So 1, I messed up. 1 divided by 36 times itself. Yeah, there's like, that looks like 7 out of 10,000 people, which is like, what, 0.00? It's a lot, basically. There was a very low chance of getting Fast Learner twice, but I did it because I'm me. Out of all the other perks I could have gotten. Gosh dang it, me. I could have also refilled on ammunition, but the ghoul is not the worst thing I could run into. In fact, I can probably trade like 4 reason here, because we're gonna do, we are gonna get first aid. That's something I guess that's the one takeaway for anyone who's listened this long. This is your piece of advice for the day, is that if you have fast aid and you have like, you're about to top yourself off on reason, or not, depends on how comfortable you are, but basically you want to trade off 2 to 4 reason for 1 to 2 stamina before you move on with your investigation, because you're going to heal reason anyway, and especially if you top yourself off, all you've done is waste reason. But depends if you really want the overheal, the one reason if you top yourself off, or you don't need as much. So for example, here too, even though we're losing reason here, if this were a stamina encounter, we would want to trade off, again, probably 2 reason at least, if you need the stamina. If you don't need the stamina, then obviously you do what it makes sense, but otherwise, things. So, what do we do here? I think we just kick here, right? I don't know why I'm taking some risks. We have Ryoko, and then we have the plush toy, which is very, 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 very good. Also, the fact that we're in arms means that if we do have a thing... I don't know why I thought I was in ramen. That's stamina Haspin. I'm just gonna say the name, but I'm pretty sure, right? I did mix in like a few events. Oh, it's an Aiko event. Even more reason to have the plush toy equipped. Even though, yes, it isn't decreasing my perception. That's why I can't do prep attack. But, for the most part, plush toys, you are probably going to, as I pop out my microphone, you are probably going to run into at least 5 to 7 enemies, and a few of them are going to do 2 or more damage. So you are getting worth out of the plush toy. You would have to lose like 15 Doom, and even then that might be still better than the damage that not using the plush toy would grant you. I could opt to run here, but I also didn't take out any ammunition, but we have first aid, so we can lose like 4 reason here, and it's perfectly fine. We probably lose 1 reason only, because we're gonna hit 3 times, but then we get to sever twice, because Aiko. No, not because Aiko, but we can brace him to sever because of Aiko. That's all I have to say for myself. Anywho, let's finish off this run, hug our plush toy, and move on with life. On to a timeline A, so we're definitely okay for here. With the time skip, could have gotten a little dicey, but as long as Ryder is our second encounter, and we do have the second encounter check now that I think about it, we should be perfectly fine. I could take Core Strength, but Tachi-san is not going to pose that much of a threat. So, we do have Tachi-san second, second encounter third, no second mystery, and then we just walk up this lighthouse. I'm pretty sure we just walk up this lighthouse. We don't have a light source, but we shouldn't lose any more reason, and if we do, that'll be funny, but we should be okay. We also have first aid, so funny enough, fighting Tachi-san gives us first aid. Shrug! So, yeah, let's move on to that. I think Human Skull does 2, funny enough, only. I mean, I say only, it's still very much appreciated, but we're just gonna roll the dice and see what happens. I mean, I can also handcuff. I wasn't planning to, I was just planning to have to toy with Tachi-san for a moment there, but what happened happened. And then, yeah, we survived no matter what because of the first aid. Yeah. And we'll move on. Ryder, right? Yeah, and we're perfectly fine. So, yeah, without further ado, again, if you have any ideas as to what kind of custom content you want me to play, I'll look into it. I'll likely play it because, again, well, what else are requests for? But that's Aiko, and we're probably going to move on to Haru if nothing else happens. That's the default. But, yeah, if you have anything to say, you know what to do. If you want to support me, you know what to do. Otherwise, if you want to monetarily support me, just wait for me to release the game and either donate or buy the game, depending what I decide to do. But, yeah, thank you for watching. I'll see you later. Bye!